My name is Frank Mendez, and thank you for joining us. One of the questions we get quite a bit is how does distilled water taste? A lot of people who give us a call say we've heard that it has no taste at all, and I can certainly understand that, because the water that you've been drinking has all sorts of contaminants on it, so it has all sorts of different tastes that can change for you. Now, the taste of distilled water, the most accurate way to describe it is really it does have a taste, and that taste is of purity. Once you've been drinking distilled water for maybe a month or two, you will know the difference between distilled water and not distilled water, or even RO or charcoal filtered water. Now, you can only do that if it has a taste. So it does have a taste. And again, your taste buds will detect that because you've been drinking distilled water. Now, interesting thing about a taste, when I get questions on that, let me give you one example here. For example, let's just say a dog or a cat or a horse. You could put pond water here for them, tap water here, and distilled water here. Well, they'll drink each one of those type of waters because that's the best that's available. Well, now we know that that's not the best available for you. The best would be the highest purity of water that you can get, be it charcoal filtered, reverse osmosis, or the very best would be distilled. So if you're doing any of those things or taking any of them, you're really helping yourself, but you're not quite there yet. Now, going back to the example that I'm giving you about maybe a dog or a cat, so on and so forth, it doesn't take them but a time or two to go to distilled water and drink the distilled water when they have the options. It has a taste. Their body knows that that's the taste of purity, and that's really what's best for their body. Now, dogs and cats and animals and horses, they do not read, so they cannot be influenced by any sort of publication. They can't be sold, so it's not someone who's letting them know that distilled water is the best for them. But they know by the taste of purity, and once again it's taste, that it's the best water for them, and they'll drink that. Your cats especially go very quickly to it because they have so many kidney issues with chlorine. Let me tell you a story also. Secretariat drank nothing but distilled water, and there's a lot of reasons for that, and I want you to just think about why that might be. Now, going back to taste once again, there's another thing that people sometimes say, well, what will I taste initially, or what can I expect if I'm tasting nothing initially, or so you say, Frank. Then what are the other possibilities? Well, the other possibility is you get a really bad taste in your mouth. Now, that's not the distilled water. To give you an idea, the distilled water, remember, actually has a sweet or a great taste to it, once you understand what that taste is. But what that is the distilled water is actually cleansing or detoxifying your taste buds or your mouth. So if anyone who says they've got a bad taste in their mouth, this may surprise you, but that's because they're tasting their own mouth. The taste buds are cleansed, and now they can taste their own mouth. By the way, that goes away really quickly, so you don't have to be too concerned about that. But I tell people, if they've really been drinking toxic water, or they're trying to detoxify, rinse your mouth out several times, your taste buds off several times, your mouth out several times, and then start drinking the distilled water. So it's the best taste you're going to get, and after you've been drinking it for a while, it'll be the only taste that's acceptable to you. Thank you for tuning in to waterdistillers.com. My name is Frank.